It's DC United versus Toronto FC Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on TSN2 with former Canadian international and Toronto FC defender Adrian Serioux. Adrian, you're going to be doing the pregame and postgame for Goal TV Canada. Talk a little bit about DC United and especially Ben Olsen and how well that team responds to the young coach.
Well, everybody knows Ben Olsen as a DC legend. And one of the things that it probably catches your eye is how the players are responding to ex-player. It's not too often that you see coaches come in and have such an impact like he's had with DC right now, and the players are just responding. Not only that, but the additions that he's picking up as well too. Little tweaks here and there are just perfectly set for what he's looking for and what he's building towards.
And he seems to be looking for a very attacking football. They like to score a lot of goals on that DC squad. Chris Pontius, Dwayne Rosario, Maicon Santos, a couple of players that Toronto's obviously very familiar with. Talk a little bit about that attacking mentality and what that brings to DC's fans.
Oh, it seems like a deadly trio up top there. They have some DP players as well too who have some attacking influence as well. It's one of the things that some coaches love, that attack mode, and Ben Olsen is one of those, and he's just picked the quality players that can play both sides of the ball. Yes, you have Dwayne Rosario, who's a lethal attacking midfielder who can also play up top as well, and that's one of the bonuses you have. And with each addition that he brings to the squad, it doesn't seem like they're missing a heartbeat.
It's true, and Salihi, the designated player who's also an attacker, scored a really nice goal against Toronto in the last match in the BMO Field fixture. What does Toronto need to do to stop these guys?
Where do I start? It's going to be a challenge for them, and based on their last game, and I talked about this previously in Vancouver, it seems like the back line is forming a little more cohesiveness and unity, which is good to see. Yes, it's taken them a long time, but it's better sooner than later. So right now, for Toronto, it's just making sure you know where these players are at all time. You got to keep your eye on them. You got to touch them, feel for them, just so you are aware of where they are, because they are very conniving players and tricky players where they can make you think that you're in one position at one point and then spin off of you, and all of a sudden it's like abracadabra, they're somewhere else. So right now it's making sure that there's a lot of communication on the back line, which is key for them, but I'm sure that they're really going to step up to the challenge because they have played them recently. So you have to know what you're up against, because it hasn't been that long ago that you're going to forget what's happened.
Ryan Johnson did say in his post-game interview after Wednesday's 1-1 draw against Vancouver, they did see some weaknesses in DC that they believe they can exploit, and hopefully Toronto can do that and get out of this losing slump in MLS. The match again, 7:30 p.m. Saturday night on TSN2. Use TFC Live, hashtag TFC Live on Twitter to follow the conversation. For Adrian Serioux, Asif Hossain, we'll see you soon.